Here's your news rush for August 25, 2026. 6 stories. Let's go. The US just gave its Iran pressure campaign an actual name, and a much wider target list. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent announced what he's calling Operation Economic Outcast, expanding secondary sanctions to cover aviation, digital assets, gold, shipping, and technology, aimed at isolating Iran by threatening any other country or company that does business with it. Iran's economy minister says Tehran has been preparing for new sanctions, quote, for a long time, and is ready to face them. That response is doing a lot of work. That means Iran is trying to signal this pressure campaign will not actually change its behavior, whether that's true or not. Subscribe for more. That's world news, fast. The founder of the world's most indebted company just got the harshest sentence a Chinese court can hand down. Court officials say a court in Shenzhen sentenced Evergrande founder Hui Ka-yen to life in prison for fraud and bribery, convicting him of inflating the property giant's assets while concealing more than $300 billion in liabilities. State media reports the 67-year-old was also stripped of his political rights for life and had all his personal property confiscated. Regulators say Evergrande itself was fined over $2.3 billion, and 2 of Hui's sons were sentenced alongside senior executives. That means this wasn't just punishing one man, it was punishing the entire structure that hid the debt. Subscribe for more. That's world news, fast. The Supreme Court just let part of a major voting order move forward, but left the most contested piece alone entirely. In a 6-3 ruling, the court is allowing the Department of Homeland Security to compile state-by-state citizenship lists and share them with states, and lets the Attorney General prioritize prosecuting officials who issue ballots to ineligible voters. The majority reasoned that directing DHS to build a list is just an internal order to a subordinate, so states aren't harmed by it. But the ruling did not touch the most controversial part, requiring the Postal Service to withhold mail ballots based on that list, which stays blocked in a separate case. That means the bigger legal fight hasn't actually been decided yet. Subscribe for more. That's world news, fast. A wildfire that started over the weekend has already forced tens of thousands of people out of their homes near Reno, Nevada. Officials say the Hawk Fire, the third major wildfire in the hills north of Reno in 2 weeks, has prompted evacuation orders for more than 90,000 residents, with about 23,000 still in the immediate evacuate now zone. Fire officials say 32 homes have been destroyed and 6 more damaged, with assessment teams still counting. 7 people have been injured, including 3 first responders. The fire is 27% contained, fueled by red flag conditions, warm temperatures, low humidity, and strong wind. That means containment crews are fighting the fire and the weather at the same time. Subscribe for more. That's world news, fast. We've been tracking this outbreak's case count for weeks. This week, the number that jumped out was how many died in just the last 7 days. Congo's Ministry of Health says 317 people died of Ebola in the past week alone, one of the highest weekly tolls of the entire outbreak, bringing the total to 5,514 cases and 2,642 deaths. Researchers say this outbreak has now recorded 7 times more deaths at this stage than the 2014 to 2016 West Africa outbreak, the deadliest in history. Many people are dying outside treatment centers entirely. That means the official numbers are very likely undercounting how bad this actually is. Subscribe for more. That's world news, fast. The sky is about to put on a show that astronomers say won't be topped for more than 2 years. A deep partial lunar eclipse peaks August 27th into the 28th, with 96% of the moon passing into Earth's shadow at maximum, close enough to a total eclipse that the moon should still take on a reddish, quote, blood moon glow from sunlight bending through Earth's atmosphere. Astronomers say this will be the best lunar eclipse visible anywhere until New Year's Eve 2028. Unlike solar eclipses, lunar eclipses are safe to watch with the naked eye, no special glasses required. That means the only thing standing between you and this one is clear skies. Subscribe for more. That's world news, fast. That's your news rush for today. Subscribe so you never miss a day.